Hey, I'm Erica Rooney, executive coach, former chief people officer, and author of the best-selling book, Glass Ceilings and Sticky Floors. I help ambitious women unstick themselves from the invisible barriers that are holding them back so that they can rise, lead, and live with impact. Now, the theme of this TEDx event is perspective, and I believe that perspective is the most powerful tool that we have. It determines not just how we see the world, but how we see ourselves in it. And when we can shift that perspective, we can unlock infinite possibilities. Now, we've all heard of the glass ceiling, that barrier keeping women from reaching the top. But what if we have been looking at the problem all wrong? What if the real issue isn't just above us, but beneath us? And that is where sticky floors come in. Sticky floors are the invisible, unspoken forces that keep women stuck. We're talking about perfectionism, imposter syndrome, bias, unpaid labor, the fear of being too much or not enough. We push and we push and we push against the ceiling, exhausting ourselves without realizing that our feet are glued to the floor. And here's the real kicker. If you don't unstick yourself first, you will never break through. And that's the perspective shift that I am bringing to the TEDx stage. Success isn't just about breaking barriers. It's about removing the ones that we don't even see. And when we shift our perspectives to focus on those sticky floors, that is when the real transformation happens. Now, I know that this idea works because I have lived it. I spent my career in corporate leadership climbing the ladder, doing all the right things, but no matter how hard I climbed, I still saw women struggling. And not just with external barriers, but with the internal ones that they didn't even realize were there. I saw these amazing and brilliant women holding back in meetings, second-guessing ideas, waiting for permission that was never coming. And I knew that something deeper was going on here. So I started talking about it. I built a coaching practice, I wrote a book endorsed by Mel Robbins, and I began speaking on stages across the country. And what I found was this. When women recognize the sticky floors beneath them, they stop playing small. They ask for the promotion. They negotiate the salary. They lean in. They step into leadership, and they actually break free. Now, this perspective shift isn't just about individual success. It's about changing the game for everybody. Because when women rise, workplaces change. Teams thrive. The next generation sees what's possible. And when we just stop pushing up against that glass ceiling, and we start breaking free together, we don't just shatter the ceilings, we bust through those limits. And this is why I want to bring this talk to TED, because it's not just a conversation, it's a movement. And when people walk away from this talk, I want them to see success differently. I want them to ask, what's keeping me stuck? And more importantly, what could possibly happen if I break free? Now, here's the way I see it. Perspective isn't just how we see the world. It's how we see our power in it. And when we change that, we change everything. So thank you so much for your time. I cannot wait to bring this idea to the TED stage.